The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
With Damian Guyton making a commitment to Texas Tech yesterday, the edge rusher from Georgia. Something you did get yesterday, pen to paper, Jamie, is the actual official signing of freshman Jalen Petty for the Texas Tech men's basketball program. He was the 2024-2025 Washington Gatorade Player of the Year. He's a 6-foot guard from Seattle. Averaged 24.5 points, almost 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists, about 3 steals a game last year for his high school, Rainier Beach High School. And so he's a guy that I think they expect to get help from him right away. You don't need dominant help from him, but you're going to get help from him.
Well, point guard is definitely a need position. I think that we've seen that Christian Anderson can play point guard, and I think you've brought in other guys that also can play point guard, but I don't think you want to have Christian Anderson playing point guard all the time. I think you want him off the ball shooting, and so being more of a scoring threat than a distributor. So it seems like this is a young man who's going to get his chance to play major minutes at the point guard position.
Yeah. And he was a McDonald's All-American nominee, Adidas All-American. He was an NBPA Top 100 selection. So he's obviously a guy that people wanted. He had committed to New Mexico when Richard Pitino was the coach, and now he's at Xavier, and then committed to Stanford, but also had offers from Oklahoma and Washington before choosing Texas Tech.
That's good that seems like he's a little bit of a flipper. So glad we got the pen to paper.
Yeah, well, they're not messing around over there at Texas Tech men's basketball. They don't. I'm sure that they shook hands and then they said, "Okay, young man, here's a ballpoint pen with your signature right here. You're a Red Raider." Okay. Mm-hmm. And all the riches and royalties that come with that. So he is now the 7th player to sign with Tech. So you're gonna have a different looking team. Obviously, you're going to have your Big 12 Player of the Year back in JT Toppin. But I feel like, and call me crazy on this, but I feel like that the Texas Tech men's basketball program just kind of does this quietly. They just kind of, it's like sneak up on you, and all of a sudden you go, wow, they got 7 new guys coming in here. And
because
it's not
they've been doing that for 6 or 8 years now. So
yeah.
It's nothing new.
Right. Yeah. And it's not.
It's the expectation.
Mm-hmm. And whether it's
come to expect with college basketball every year, you weed some out and some transfer out, and you bring in some others.
Yeah. No, I just feel like that. Just seems like though that with this group, it's all stealth. Just that's what it seems like. But you're right. It's been going on with the hoops for quite some time. But there's no question. It feels like you're going to have another really, really good team to give you a chance to make a big run in the Big 12 and hopefully a big run in the NCAA tournament. You got to the Elite Eight last year, and a couple of minutes with making a Final Four. So no question, you've proved that you can do that again. That what you're building over there is not just smoke and mirrors. It seems to be the real deal. So look forward to seeing what Jalen Petty can do for the Red Raider basketball program this year. So it should be fun, and it will be here before we know it. Even though here we are, 3 weeks from today, we'll be getting ready for Game 1 for Texas Tech and Arkansas Pine Bluff. We get this from Washed Up Guy off the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I have a good friend that is in charge of all athletic academics at Rutgers. He told me recently that bringing in athletes either by transfer portal or as freshmen is indeed a great challenge. They still have to qualify academically. The portal guys are a particular problem. The older they are, the eligibility factor becomes increasingly more narrow. That from Washed Up Guy. Yeah. How about so? Narrow. I like that word. Becomes more narrow.
All I know is I haven't heard of any guys that we've brought in that we couldn't get academically eligible.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they know ahead of time if that's
what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
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 Somebody says this: we won't keep him if we win less than 9 games this year. Okay. I mean, I don't know about that. I think Jamie's right. I mean, I think he might have pinned to papered something else other than you can't make a commitment to Texas Tech, but you could maybe make a commitment to something else.
Receiving the checks.
Yes, right. I mean, there's ways to skin that cat, I think.
If we're going to be honest, right, if winning was the most important thing to him, wouldn't he have chosen Georgia?
Yeah, unless he felt like there were 16 guys ahead of him that he wasn't going to get any playing time.
He's the number 1 recruit in the country.
Yeah, I understand that.
But Georgia felt like they'd find a spot for him to stand.
Probably so. Hit somebody, tackle somebody, put pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't care if we win or lose here. I mean, I think if we were 4-8 last year, I don't think he would have come here. I mean, he probably sees the potential of what your roster is and all that good stuff. So I'm not saying he doesn't care about winning, but I mean, if you were a betting man and you were going to bet on Georgia or Texas Tech in 2025, I think most people would probably put their money on Bulldogs.
Yeah. I'm sure they would. You think the Georgia folks were surprised by his decision? Like the Georgia fan base?
I guess not, just because it felt like for like a week or so that everybody was predicting Texas Tech.
This is from the Georgia Bulldog on SI site. Okay, it's not like anything that wouldn't be written here. Okay. While missing out on an in-state prospect to a team such as Texas Tech is somewhat shocking to Bulldog fans, Kirby Smart and his staff will continue to diligently work to add more highly touted prospects to their 2027 class. Currently, the Bulldogs' 2026 class ranks first in the country with more than 30 commits.
I think Georgia will be all right.
I think they'll be all right. They are not going to miss a meal there in Athens.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I have time for this day in sports history. Today is August the 8th, 8/8/25. Here is Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
1931 is where we will start because Washington Senator pitcher Bobby Burke no-hits the Boston Red Sox 5-0 at Griffin Stadium in Washington, D.C. Should be Griffith Stadium, not Griffin. That's an H, not an N. There's a little dash on top. 1970. New York Yankees honor Casey Stengel by retiring his jersey number 37. He managed the team from 49 to 60, winning 7 World Series titles in 10 appearances. 1976. Good old Chicago White Sox.
What'd they do?
They wore shorts.
Oh, they wore shorts on this day. Man, that was weird. That was so weird.
Yep.
They looked like a softball team out there.
Or something. 1992. The original U.S. Dream Team wins the basketball gold medal at the Barcelona Olympics 117-85 over Croatia. Featuring superstars Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley, and Patrick Ewing.
That's a good team.
Yeah.
Who led the Croatians in scoring? Jamie?
I believe that Tony played well in the second game. The game that they really slowed him down was the first time they played. But I think Tony played well in the second one.
Okay.
2015?
Nope, Drazen Petrovic, 24.
Oh, wow. Had a good day.
Tony had 16 and 9 assists.
It's not a bad day.
No,
not a bad day at all.
He was not a pure scorer. He was more of a all-around guy. He was a pass-first guy. That's one of the reasons that I loved his game so much. MJ had 22 to lead the U.S., in case you were wondering.
Nice.
And in 2015, Texas Tech Gia Perkins makes all 8 free throws and leads the San Antonio Silver Stars the San Antonio Silver Stars with 32 points to beat the Storm 88-81. Remember yesterday I forgot the food?
Yeah.
I'm being punished for it today. Yesterday was National Raspberries and Cream Day. Today, National Frozen Custard Day, National Zucchini Day, International Beer Day, and I don't know what this is, but sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch night. I don't know.
Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch night tonight.
I don't know. I'm being punished because I missed it yesterday. That's the only thing I can figure.
Jamie, how would your neighbors feel about you sneaking some zucchini onto their porch?
They probably wouldn't be that upset with me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, former Red Raider, really good player, Mike Davis, 34. Also,
Michael Davis is 34.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Sonny Cumby, 44.
Getting old up in here.
34?
Yeah, that's probably right.
Wow.
I mean, he last played in, I can't remember, 2016, 2017, something like that. No, 34 still feels old then. So if he was 23 then, yeah, still feels old, but I don't know.
And how old is Sonny Cumby?
44.
44.
Roger Federer, also 44. Dustin Hoffman, 88. And Anthony Rizzo, 36. Jose Cruz Sr., 78. And Jarrett Stidham is 29. And on this day, in an evening telecast address, President Richard Milhouse Nixon announces his intentions to be the first president in American history to resign.
I shall resign the presidency effective noon tomorrow.
That is not an audio clip. That is Chuck Heinz.
He's
and
really
that is
good
the
at
State
that.
Sports.
I saw on our way home from vacation, I had rented a movie that looked interesting to me. And if you have interest in that era of just American history and not necessarily politics, but how it kind of went down, there's a movie called Nixon Final Days. And I haven't quite finished it yet. I'm up to the point of the resignation, but it is really good. And the guy that plays Nixon is really, really good. So if you're looking for something to rent, if you're, just go to your Netflix account and it should be right there, your Prime account, whatever it is. Anyway. That's a really good movie. If you're into that. Okay. 6:51 this morning. And that's this day in sports history? Yeah.
Which is what I said after you said your thrill, but yes.
Yeah, okay. And that's this day in sports history. This here's some sarcasm from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Wonder if Stidham still has the truck Baylor bought him. Yeah, I don't know. It's, and all
funny
that.
how times have changed, man.
Man, no kidding.
All I got was a truck.
That's right. I got.
I think our current quarterback, part of his NIL deal was a house. So, I mean, all he got was a truck?
A truck. Just it. This is a truck? He was a bad negotiator, right? I caught the end of, this is a 30 for 30. It was like the last 15 minutes that was on last night of the Miami one, the U. That was done in 2014, so that's 11 years ago. And one of the things that came up about Miami that they finally got him on was an $80 dinner that Nevin guy who was their big money booster at Miami there at the end. I mean, they had so many different ones, but it was just Nevin Shapiro, I think was his name.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. I mean, could Joey Maguire go buy one of his players an $80 meal right now? I don't think he could.
Okay.
The funny part is that rule is still kind of there.
I don't think he needs to anymore, though, either.
You could give him a $1 million.
Some of those guys could buy Joey an $80 meal.
That's right. Right. It's like, who's buying today, guys?
Yeah.
And Nevin Shapiro, and get this. Here's something that's pretty wild. You think about Sonny Cumbie being 44, and that's a young 44, and you think about Roger Federer being 44, and you consider that an old 44 for his sport.
Well, Sonny's a coach.
I know, but I mean, you think of 44, he's still a relatively young man, right? He's a young man.
As a coach,
as
not
a coach,
as a player.
But as a player, right. But I mean, it's just funny how the perspective of things, though, it changes. And Nevin Shapiro is just 56 years old. I mean, he's been in jail for a number of years. He's out now because his sentence was apparently commuted by President Biden in December of 2024. According to interviews, he allegedly engaged in rampant violations of NCAA rules over 8 years as a booster for University of Miami athletes. The football players' cash, goods, prostitutes, and assorted favors. I don't know about the prostitutes, but I mean, cash and goods are, kind of standard operating procedure now, right? Not even cash. I mean, just scratch you out a check, Venmo you, put you on the payroll.
It just goes right into a bank account.
Yeah, right. All those things.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
We're on the Morning Drive. Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. Great to have you with us today here, along with us on this nice little ride this morning. Nice, comfortable ride. It was warm this morning. It was still 80 degrees at 5 o'clock this morning. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it. It'll be a warm one today. This from Oxnard, California, Jamie. Micah Parsons was not on the practice field yesterday. Multiple sources telling ESPN he was dealing with back tightness and received treatment during the workout. He's been dealing with the same back issue and has prevented him from doing more. It prevented him from doing more back in June. Of course, he's asked to be traded, but he's there so that he can not be fined $50,000 a day, that's probably good. Probably good theory for him, good strategy for him. Jerry Jones has said he would not.
He's under contract. He should probably show up to work.
Right. Jerry Jones has said he's not going to trade Parsons. He's under the 5th year option of his rookie contract. He'll make $21.324 million this year. Sources have told the ESPN, and others are reporting this as well, the Cowboys haven't received a call regarding a trade for Parsons, nor have contract discussions between the two sides even started. Does that surprise you that no team has reached out to the Cowboys and go, hey, what do you think you want for him?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I mean, somebody's made a phone call. Somebody's made it. And who knows, maybe the Cowboys have made phone calls as well.
I think the bigger story there is the fact that the Cowboys said they haven't been negotiating with his people.
Yeah.
How's the deal going to get done if they don't?
I don't know.
Talking?
I don't know.
And this is why I'm not being. I please don't take this as me being critical of you, because I'm not. This is why we should just stop talking about it. I mean, unless they're going to do something, what every day saying the same thing, there's this and that, and we're talking. I mean, what Jerry says to the media, and what Micah Parsons is doing and how far apart they're standing, yet they're not talking. I mean, until you give us a reason to believe this deal is going to get done, and I believe at some point it will. Until that's the case, okay, why waste our time with it? They're not even trying, right?
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, they're just leveraging.
Yeah, just.
And meanwhile, Cowboy fans are hemorrhaging.
And but the other thing is that do you even have any kind of hope that you're going to have a good season? I mean, you got a brand new coach. You got
Again, a brand new coach who didn't excel at his previous job.
Right.
That's not to say that. I mean, there's been head coaches who haven't been great coordinators or whatever, but just something about them. I don't have a lot of hope for a great season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have hope that the Cowboys could be a 500 team, but.
Dak Prescott had this to say about the Micah Parsons situation. Of course, he's been through this as well. He said, it's a business and they see things. They have to make decisions, Those are the same guys, the front office. They make the final decisions on all of us. This Dallas Morning News article goes on to say one of the biggest issues with Parsons is the conversations he had with Jerry Jones this spring. Jones believes those talks led to an oral agreement. Parsons told Jones to contact his agent. Cowboys have not done so. So he's asked for a trade. He also had conversations with the Joneses, but those numbers came with a caveat. I never engaged in numbers, but there was a lot of engagement, especially on this last one. The first contract, maybe not so much, but this last one, yeah, there was definitely some talks, definitely some different talks, particularly with Steven, and they were great talks. They were phenomenal talks. Honestly, don't know if I do resign if we don't have those conversations. It wasn't much more than it was. It was much more than it was the numbers, so that's why those conversations were needed. But I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy, just crazy. This from the Yates Lawrence Center chat line, and Jamie had a comment. I think Jerry likes not having the deal done because it puts him in the spotlight.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I agree with the earth-shattering quote from Dak.
Right.
Yes, these are the people that make these decisions, and you can't take it personal. Yeah. Well, Dak would know, right? He's had plenty of experience going through this little drama with Jerry.
Yeah. And there's maybe some sarcasm there on the earth-shattering quote. Hey, Jeff, let me ask you this. Is there a record you would take right now for the Cowboys? Like, would you take 9-7 right now?
Is there a record you would take? How about 17-0?
Or well, it'd be 9-8.
Would you take that?
Would you take 9-8? Because there's 17 games.
Yes, I would take 17-0.
Okay.
Is there a strategy to you taking 17-0?
Well, I was just asking a question.
But you got to be a little bit more specific.
I said, would you take?
No, your initial question is there a record that you would take right now?
Oh.
And then you paused
yes.
to get to 9-8. Would I take 9-8 right now? I think I probably would.
Does that get you in the playoffs?
No. But that means you don't have a losing season with your new head coach.
I think I'm with Jeff. I think if you got to 9-8, I would think that would be a bit above my expectations and feel like you did good things. I don't know how great you feel about it. It's because it feels like, would you at that point be totally on board with the window is closed for this group with Dak?
Window closed?
Yeah.
We had a window? Wait a minute.
Was it open? Yeah,
Hang on.
ever
When did
open?
that
I don't know.
Was I awake for that?
Yeah.
Cowboys start off their season on Thursday. They take on the Super Bowl champion. I say Thursday. I mean, it's Thursday, September the 4th.
Yeah, first game of the year, right?
Yeah,
for everybody.
Yeah, for everybody. Mm-hmm. And they play at Philly. So that's going to be a charged-up night. Then they play the Giants. Then they play at the Bears. So they have a chance, win 2 of their first 3 games because they're going to play teams that, frankly, are below them, right? Just in talent level, wouldn't you say?
The Giants and the Bears, definitely the Giants. Yeah, I probably would say that about the Bears.
Okay.
Do we expect the Bears to be better this year?
I think they're going to be a little better. They got, I think they're going to be a little better. Okay. I think Bears fans and Cowboy fans probably have similar frustrations. Constant changing of coaches and can't seem to find the right quarterback and feel like that they've got a vaunted history. Not that the Bears have won a bunch of Super Bowls because they've only won 1. But, I mean, they've got, they view themselves as a, legendary team in the NFL. Then you got to play Green Bay. Then you got to play the Jets.
It's been a long time since they were relevant, it feels like.
Yeah. But then, so, I mean, when you look at this, you got the Giants, you got the Bears, you got the Packers, you got the Packers at home. But then you play at the Jets, at Carolina. So, 4 of those first 6 games are very winnable for the Cowboys.
You would think so.
Very winnable.
Just all depends on what this version of the Cowboys looks like, especially since I wouldn't, at this point, guess you'll have Micah Parsons for all those games.
Yeah. And then you've got to take on Washington. You do that at home. You play at Denver before your first bye. You come out of the bye and you play the Raiders, the Eagles. And it gets pretty – then there's a tough stretch there. After the Raiders, you play the Eagles. You host Kansas City, at Detroit, Minnesota versus the Chargers, and Washington, and then the New York Giants to finish things up. So you better make some hay in the first part of the season, or you're going to be in real trouble.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Okay, so a lot of times my question of the day is thought out ahead of time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it comes from our 7:15 commercial break when I'm in there microwaving my breakfast sandwich. I dial it in and I come up with a question.
You're all by yourself. I mean,
all by myself. That's part of the reason that's my time in the break room. Because if I'm talking, I can't be thinking through, right? Mm-hmm. And if somebody else is in there, they're going to be talking to you because you're just polite. You're polite, right? It's hey, how are you this morning? Hey, how are things going?
We try to make it clear to everybody that is your time.
So that's my time to think. Okay. And sometimes it comes from when we talk about something on the show, and then it leads to, I'll ask that.
You have an epiphany.
And today is one of those days.
Oh, okay. I feel like maybe we've done something intelligent then.
In honor of Chuck so eloquently calling our fire cannons tiki torches, on one of the cool traditions that I think Texas Tech has.
Yeah, I regret saying that.
We have numerous, but that's one of them, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm going to flip this over to the rest of the Big 12. Mm-hmm. What is a tradition or something that another Big 12 school does, whatever, that you think is pretty cool?
Okay.
It can be a saying, it can be a hand symbol, it can be something their crowd does. Mm-hmm. For example, it could be the K-State folks doing the Wabash Cannonball.
Oh, my God.
I think it's... How is that any different than us doing the swag surf?
It's not.
It's the same thing.
I know, but that's the only song that band knows.
It's not the only song that band knows.
It does. It's the only song.
You just flat out lying.
Because they know their fight song.
Flat out lying.
They know their fight song. They know their alma mater. That's at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as us doing the swag surfing thing. I think both are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say this. I really, really hate to say this. Because it's an original idea from a university that copies from everybody, which might be the one reason that I like it. Mm-hmm. I like the paddles at Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
paddles.
That's really good.
Oh man, I think they should totally be illegal.
I didn't think they shouldn't be illegal. That doesn't mean I don't like them.
I think you're onto something there, Jeff.
Really?
Yeah.
When Oklahoma State's rolling and they've got the paddles going and the thunderous bang when they're all in sync, that's pretty cool. And I hate to say that because it's Oklahoma State.
I would have said the boomer schooner for Oklahoma back in the day when they were in the Big 12. I thought that was cool. I think I would have to put near the top of the list the Buffalo being run out by
Ralphie.
Colorado.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But number one on my list is the Y at BYU. It's such a big part of who they are. They put it up there. They have so much respect for it. It's a cool
being on the side of the mountain.
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah,
okay.
They take great care of it. Mm-hmm. You know, they have people that go up there and clean it and make sure that everything stays beautiful and repaint and all the above. Mm-hmm. I think it's a cool little tradition. If you go to BYU, you have to go to the Y. You know. So,
you have to?
You have to.
No.
It's in the brochure.
No, I don't want to spout lies. No, you do not have to.
Okay.
You do not have to.
Of the 8 stories here at Chatley, and this is a good one that I didn't think about. The Iowa fans waving to the Children's Hospital behind them.
Yes.
I mean, that's
not
just
in the
cool.
Big 12. That's an awesome tradition.
Yeah.
Yes, but they're not in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Yes, but that is way cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the Florida State horse and the
Seminole and
all
the
that
whole
is
deal.
cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's cool. Absolutely. I mean, the Auburn, the War Eagle, you know, and that whole thing.
Sure.
That's really cool too.
Some might say the Baylor line sprinting out there.
I did think about that because somebody says on there, we already know the Baylor line is Chuck's answer.
That would have been Choice's answer.
That would have been Choice's answer.
Rico Woodman.
I mean, the Rock Chalk chant at the end of basketball games is, you know, when they do the slow Rock Chalk. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah.
You
it's
know,
right there behind the Wabash Cannonball.
It's ahead of the Wabash Cannonball.
No, I think that one's cool too.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
They still run the Buffalo out there, right? They didn't
do.
stop
yes,
doing that, did
they still run the Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that one's really cool too.
It's gotten harder. I mean, those guys. I mean, that's the real deal too. I mean, those guys are and gals that do that. You have to be. You have to have some strength and leg strength and ability, and I mean that buffalo is no. I mean, that's an animal too. You know, I mean, it probably.
Oh, really?
It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't.
Thank you, Dak Prescott.
It probably doesn't really like having a bunch of ropes around it, you know. But its other buffalo friends are probably going, "Hey, you got captured, man. You got to be Ralphie." You know, but I mean, being Ralphie probably is pretty good. You know, probably a pretty good life.
What would you say is a West Virginia tradition?
Burning couches.
Does that really even happen?
I'm sure it doesn't happen, but that's just immediately what we associate
I think they do.
with them.
I think they do burn the couches.
I hate theirs. Okay, this should tell you with the one I'm thinking of. I hate it.
You're talking about the mountain man, you know, firing off the gun?
No, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I in baseball, I am always watching. I'm always watching, and so I'll tell hacks like, "Listen, I'm gonna be watching. So when I put my hand up, be ready for it."
Yeah.
You know,
when do they do it at baseball? Is it like right before the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll do it. I mean, they bring the mountain man out. I think it before the game, and then
no.
Yeah, it's for basketball. I mean, it jars you.
West Virginia, for me, it's the singing of country roads.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it.
Chris the Realtor says this: I will die on this hill, but the Baylor running of the freshmen is one of the lamest entrances in sports. Okay, Chris the Realtor.
Well, it gets good though, Chris, when one of them falls.
Yeah.
And then it becomes,
they get
as long
trampled.
as they don't get hurt, right? We don't want them to get trampled and die or anything. But
I did think the Baylor line was pretty cool when I went there and saw that.
Yeah,
Oh, here we got now you're just rubbing salt in the wind here.
We said it like 7 times. I had to play it.
Is this the K-State version?
Of course.
Okay. Again, one song to know. Good for them.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Good morning. Hour 3 of 3. An hour from now, it's the end of the bench on 100.7 The Score. Dan Patrick here on Double T 97.3. Jamie, Jeff, and I, we all come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that, or the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973. I have kind of an odd question to ask you. Which probably coming from me goes, oh, I mean, how much odder can anything be than what I normally ask you, right? Mm-hmm. Is that a fair statement? Yeah, generally speaking, I'm one to ask odd questions. With this fall camp for Texas Tech, given that you're on the precipice of what you think is going to be and what you hope to be your best season ever, okay? Because if you win a Big 12 championship, you've done something that no other team has done, and that's win an outright championship, okay? Whether it's Southwest Conference or Big 12, okay? You've never done that. You never won outright. You just tied for stuff. So when you think about it, it's there's nothing but excitement ahead, right? But when you look at it right now today, are you bored with this fall camp?
It's not fall camp's fault.
I know, but I mean, there's no. It's like there's no quarterback controversy. There's no holdout. There's no drama. Like, it's just kind of. And again, not that I'm rooting for a disruption or any kind of controversy or anything like that. It just seems like there's really, the storyline is, the expectation is extremely high, the pressure is extremely high, but in terms of like position battles or things like that, we're just not. It just doesn't seem like there's. It seems like everything's clicking, which is good, okay, which is great. I mean, probably being bored at this time, coaches would probably say, yeah, we're happy. We're just fine with being bored with how things are going because it allows us to get our work done and get our jobs done and kind of go about our way of doing business. But
do you really think there's not position battles going on?
No, I think there is. I just don't think it's
just not at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I just don't think there's high profile positions. Yeah. And I just was trying to create somebody says you're such a girl, Chuck. I don't know how that means I'm such a girl.
Chuck's problem is, and I understand his problem, there's no drama.
Yeah, you are a drama guy.
I like a little bit of drama every once in a while.
A little bit?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not a Cowboys fan for how much you enjoy drama.
You like a lot of drama and a little bit of football.
No, that's not true.
That's why Cowboy talk is all for you.
That's not.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
I just asked a simple question though. Are you bored with this fall camp?
No.
No, I don't expect fall camp to entertain me.
Okay. I get you. I understand.
Games entertain me.
Yeah, I understand.
Talk does not entertain me.
Yeah. Somebody says, if you just jinx this team, Chucky, ... Well,
you will be hung up by your toenails.
You're going to come after me? Come after me. Again,
quiet is good.
No, you're right. You're right.
Status quo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
good.
What was the drama a year ago?
I don't know if she really had any. I think you kind of, there was some wonderment about what things were going to look like from your quarterback spot, to a little bit of a degree. Somebody says this: there will be controversy when Tech is 7-6. You're not going 7-6. You're just not going 7-6. I'm not even sure you're going to go. I mean, at the very worst, it would be 9-3. This drama and laughs at people who get killed while hunting. I didn't laugh at the guy that got killed while hunting. I just found it, interesting, comical to a degree, that the quote, Buffalo's unprovoked with a guy with a gun in his hand.
Yeah, the line in the article saying that he was unprovoked.
Unprovoked.
Seems a bit unfair.
I mean, we know that animals are smart, right? I mean, know when you like them or not.
Is 7-6 a 6-6 season with a bowl win, or a 7-5 season with a bowl loss? I wonder.
Yeah. Talk about being bored. It's this conversation. Okay. Well, again, I said it was an odd question, so I prefaced it. I prefaced it with that it was an odd question.
Sometimes the things inside the box are better than the things outside the box. I think sometimes people want to get outside the box too much.
Yeah. I can be accused of that from time to time. Yeah, and you're not wrong about that. It's just there's only so much you can break down the too deep.
I completely agree. I completely agree. That's part of the reason why I'm excited for the season to get here, so we can talk about the games and what went right, what went wrong, who's impressive, who's not, the next opponent. What can they do to hurt you? All of those things are more entertaining. I think your point is valid in that there's not been a lot of drama. You're not worried about who's the quarterback, and I do think there are position battles going on over there, whether it be offensive line, defensive line, defensive backfield, whatever. You bring in wide receiver position, running back position. I don't know if that's as much, but
I'm just curious.
Bring in so many talented guys, they all expect to play.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be fighting for spots. It'll be interesting to see some of these guys who have played a bunch elsewhere now coming here. Maybe won't get to play as much, and see how they all handle that. Yeah,
and see how that. I mean, it's all kumbaya right now, but I mean, it could be one of those deals where it's like, okay, once the games get going and you start dividing up, you can only put 11 on the field at the same time. Yeah. Snaps, thank you. And I am curious about the running back position as to how that's going to get all split up. I mean, Coach McGuire's calling it the committee. Is it a committee of one, or is it a committee of two? And how does that committee look? And how are you going to use those guys and like you said, keep people happy. This, I don't find it funny, but I do find it comical. Right now, that's a fair retort. That's a fair retort.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.